All right, welcome back, guys. I'm Jake ELLENBOGEN. Today we're going to be talking about Puka Nacua and why you could be seeing him sooner than later. Before we dive into that, be sure to like, subscribe, and comment. Also, be sure to follow me on all social media at JKBogan and check out today's sponsor, BetUS. You will get 150% bonus match on your first deposit and 125% on your next two deposits using the code YouTube150. So if you're trying to bet on the game this weekend, or rather this week, the Rams and of course the Vikings on Thursday night, Friday you got Yankees, Dodgers. I know a lot of Dodgers fans are in here. You're trying to find a spot to bet on them. Go and head on over to BetUS. Use the code YouTube150 and get, once again, 150% bonus match on your first deposit, 125% on your next two. All right, guys. So Puka Nacua is coming back from an injury. He just had his 21-day window activated. And this is a guy, in case you forgot, on the first game of the year, prime time, opening Sunday Night Football against the Lions, he got hurt in the first half. And he ended up with a knee PCL sprain and a grade 2 at that. He had a knee tear in August, so kind of a re-injured injury, if you will, re-aggravated injury. He had some stuff that he played through last year, including a rib sprain or pull, not really specified, but that happened in the first quarter of a game and returned in that game. Did not miss any time last year, but played banged up for sure. This year, however, Puka Nacua has not even played a full game. Will he be back this week? I'm going to absolutely say no. There's zero chance Puka Nacua is back for Thursday Night Football against the Vikings. That would be reckless. However, I do think he's going to be back for the Seahawks game. I think by activating his 21-day window and he could practice and all that, I think it puts him in great shape with the mini bye week to be back for week 9 against the Seattle Seahawks. That is a huge game. If they beat the Vikings this week, it's a huge game. If they don't beat the Vikings this week, it's still a huge game. They have to win at least one of those two. If they lose both of them, it's not going to be good. 2-6, your season's over. 2-5, and then getting to 3-5, you're still in the race, right? They were 3-6 last year going into that Seattle game in week 11, and they ended up finishing 10-7, only losing one game the rest of the year. So it's certainly possible, if you were 3-4 or 3-5 or what have you, it's certainly possible to get out of that hole. But obviously 4-4 is a lot better. And the reality is that Cooper Kupp is going to be back for Thursday, and we're going to see how much he adds to the offense. But this offense needs all the help they can get. You can't have two of your star wide receivers, and even Jordan Whittington out last week. You can't have these guys missing games. In addition to that, the offensive line. So the biggest issue has been, it's been a compiled thing. So a lot of people say the offensive line is at fault, but the reality of the situation is this. When guys can't create separation like a Cooper Kupp or a Puka Nacua, and Whittington, who's doing a great job of it, is banged up, well, now it's harder for Matthew Stafford. He has to hold on to the ball a little bit longer, can't hold on to the ball a little bit longer because you're starting two really inexperienced interior offensive linemen. But getting Puka Nacua back is going to be big. What does this mean? Seriously, what does this mean? They have 3 weeks as of right now. They have 3 weeks from today to decide if he's going to come back off the IR. And if they decide that he is, then they have to make room for him on the 53. If they don't make a decision in those 21 days, then he's going to stay on the IR for the rest of the year. That's how that works. The Rams have designated him to return. The window allows him to practice. They're going to get a feel. They're not going to rush him back. I think there's a real opportunity here. And I understand there are people concerned because the PCL sprain, that's not ideal. And when you have injuries like this, it's not a guarantee. 1, you come back the same, or 2, you come back and stay healthy. And Nacua's had injuries in the past. He had an AC joint shoulder sprain He's had a foot fracture. He's had a concussion. He's had an ankle sprain. He's had a thigh hamstring sprain. He's had a rib sprain. He's had a lot of issues. Knee tear, knee PCL. That's just since 2019, going back to BYU. So, well, I think also Washington. So Nacua has gotten banged up. His play style, he is aggressive. He's reckless. And I don't mean reckless in a bad way. It's really exciting to watch. But at the same time, as you get older, as you get more mature as a receiver or just any sort of ball carrier, you might not take those 10 extra yards if it means getting hurt. You might just get out of bounds and avoid that contact on some of those plays because you have to mitigate how much contact you're receiving per game. We know this because RG3, right? You saw RG3, they said get out of bounds, they said slide. Over time, RG3 getting hit multiple times ended up just completely affecting him over the course of his career. And it definitely weighs you down and it wears on you. So, that's that. Now, with Puka Nacua, if the Rams lose this game badly, right, and the Rams lose against Seattle and say Nakua's not back, and they're 2-6, the real question at that point is, will the Rams sit him for the year, right? If the Rams don't look like they're about to go on a run, are you even going to sacrifice your star wide receiver? Who knows? We've seen them do this in the past. Cooper Kupp could have come back in 2022, but they're like, why bother? Seriously, why bother? Stafford, why bother? They weren't going to play for anything. So that is something to monitor. But again, from my last video, I don't think that's going to be really in play here, guys. I really don't suspect the Rams are about to lose the next 2. I think the Rams are about to win the next 4, okay? I think they have favorable matchups. I think the Vikings team, this is a team that can give up a lot through the air, which plays in the Rams' hands. They give up a lot on the ground to any sort of running back that is good, as we've seen with Jordan Mason, But I just want to make this clear, getting Puka Nacua back, we don't know what he's going to be. So I think no doubt about it, is it going to help? And at the very least, it'll help in the run game. But we don't know what he's going to look like. I think he'll be fine. I do. But we don't know for sure. So on one hand, that's kind of the negative outlook on it and pessimistic. But then on the other hand, the positive outlook is this. This Rams team that the mainstream media wants to act like is done because it sounds more interesting when Cooper Kupp gets traded to the Chiefs than it does for the Rams to turn it around. The reality is the Rams can absolutely turn this thing around. And if they get Puka Nacua back against Seattle, Seattle might be without DK Metcalf. So you could have a serious advantage there. And I just think the Rams are the better team anyway. But then you get Nacua back and say Kupp stays healthy and he looks good. And you already had those reps that Tutu Atwell's had and Jordan Whittington. And now you're looking at something there. You're looking at something good. So don't sleep on this team. Don't sleep on the impact that Puka Nacua can make. I do think this matters. We'll see what ends up happening. But the Rams have officially opened up the window, the 21-day window for Puka Nacua to return. We'll see if that is against the Seattle Seahawks or what, but looking forward to finding out. If you enjoyed this, be sure to like it. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and follow me on all social media at JKBogan. Check out today's sponsor of the video, BetUS. You can get 150% bonus match and 125% bonus match on the next 2 deposits using code YouTube150. I'm out. I'll see you guys soon. Later, folks. Just want to let you guys know that we are doing all 22 live breakdowns every single week, Rams football related, over on Kick exclusively. That's kick.com/JKBogan if you want to get in on the action. And if you want a little something more than just football, I also do gaming streams as well. So check that out. Link is in the description, and hope to see you there. Do you love talking about the Rams, the NFL, or just want to be a part of a community?
Join my free Discord server today. We're over 800 members. We got 24/7 live chat, a level 3 boosted server, the ability to call into JE Live, playing online games with us on Kick streams, toggleable alerts for when I go live on YouTube or Kick so you don't miss a live stream, and exclusive giveaways. Click the link in the description, the comments section, or the link that comes up in the video to learn more and join today.